Hi, I'm Alex McCord and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we are discussing episodes 1 and 2 of I Dream of NeNe, The Wedding. Wow, this is different than any wedding spinoff I've ever seen. Why? What is it about NeNe Leakes' show that is different than Bethany getting married, Tamara's OC wedding, even Don't Be Tardy? Well, number 1, conflict between the bride and groom. Nowhere on Bravo, I'm not even sure if anywhere on reality TV, do we have a show where a couple get divorced and then remarried. Oh man, NeNe is a smart cookie. She knows good and well that the best way to get a spinoff from the Housewives is to get married. Of course, to do that, she had to get divorced first. The other thing is, NeNe is an executive producer. Now, we see that with Bethany and Lisa, but NeNe's got her own production company. Now, I have to warn you, when you see a spinoff where a cast member has producer credit, you're seeing the show through their eyes because they've got editing control. So it'll be interesting to see whether Greg gets a say or this is all NeNe's side of the story. With NeNe, the wedding planning is the most fun part, so let's do that first. So we have a bridal party of 20. That means 9 on each side. Whew, drama! So we see some cute stuff. We see NeNe offering the bridal party Botox, the men, not the women. We see a bridesmaid's luncheon, and here's where we need to stop and break it down behind the scenes. Reality TV weddings are different than your average non-filmed wedding. We all know that. We've gotten the memo. Friend Diana is going a little crazy at this luncheon. See, here's the thing. It's a spin-off of Housewives. There need to be housewives as bridesmaids. NeNe gets it, Bravo gets it, everybody gets it but Diana. And while on Miami, it might have seemed a little funny with the cast choices as bridesmaids, here it seems pretty normal, okay? She didn't choose Kim, she chose Marlo and Cynthia. It all makes sense to me. Diana, the longtime gal pal, thinks everyone who's a housewife is riding on NeNe's coattails, but she's just being overprotective. Real-time friends need to get a grip and deal with the cast members, or else they need to stay off camera. I mean, come on, Diana. If my mom could handle Courtney Stodden, you can handle a couple of Atlanta housewives. But before NeNe and Greg walk down the aisle, NeNe's got a list and she is checking it twice. Let's start with number 1, the prenuptial agreement. Well, we haven't actually seen Greg agree to sign it. However, NeNe's talking to everyone else about it. I think my favorite scene so far this season was Donald Trump giving her advice. Here's the thing. I wish people wouldn't think prenuptial agreement is a dirty word or 2 words. Think of it as marriage insurance, like you would buy life insurance. You hope you never need it. It doesn't automatically mean you're going to get divorced. So the Donald and the NeNe sit down and have some great advice on contracts and all that stuff. But when NeNe brings up item number 2 on her list, the blended family, ooh, Trump drops that one like a hot potato. But let's cover it anyway. Number 2, fix the blended family. So let's get this straight. Greg has 5 children pre-NeNe. NeNe's got 1 pre-Greg, but there is a big rift between Greg and his kids. NeNe wants everyone to be one big happy family, or at the very least, not see her as stepmonster. All of Greg's adult family members, the brother, the sister, all drop it like a hot potato too, which leads me to believe there must be some seriously bad blood simmering. Everyone makes a big deal about Greg not having seen his family in a long time, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here from the behind-the-scenes perspective of someone who has done Housewives and reality TV. When you go on reality TV, because it's in addition to the rest of your life, you start to live in a bubble, and days, weeks, months, even years can go by, and you might not do the reaching out. Family members who are not reached out to might feel slighted. They might also not like what they're seeing on TV, which makes them angry, and that gulf just gets wider and wider. It's bad, but it happens. Well, Greg intends to fix the family problems himself, but he can't seem to get his words out, which is probably why NeNe included number 3 on her list. Number 3, communicate better. Fix us. NeNe dragged Greg off to a therapist against his wishes, and I was dying here. Why? Oh my God. I have experience on both levels with this, having been a housewife, having done couples therapy on television. I'm looking at the storyline from every angle. First of all, who is this Dr. Jeff person? He seems like he's afraid of NeNe and the cameras and his own shadow. Not good casting, in my opinion. Not only with the 2 of them, but also with the family sessions. I think they needed a therapist who doubles as a lion tamer. I mean, seriously, paging Dr. Jen Berman, can't VH1 loan her to Bravo for a little while? Greg tells NeNe that he needs to marinate a situation before he can communicate about it. to take some time. Now, I actually get that. It's the hardest thing in the world for me to let Simon walk away and take a moment if we're arguing and not chase him down the hall with an axe. A verbal one, of course. I think it's a guy thing. NeNe demands that Greg communicate faster and resolve situations faster. Greg says he can't and won't change, so what do you do with that? It's interesting that the communication problem is not only with NeNe, but also with her kids. Once they get into that family therapy session, the kids say, Dad doesn't communicate. You, NeNe, you have to be the glue. I think that is way more than NeNe bargained for. She just wanted them to fix it. They're saying she has to fix it. This is not going to end well. One thing is clear. Every person on this show named Leakes is a hothead. I think Dr. Jeff needs to keep a bucket of water in his therapy sessions to throw on people when it gets too hot. You can do that during therapy, right? Let me know what you thought in the comments. What do you think of this spinoff? Is it going to be completely biased because NeNe's producing it? Do you think we will get other perspectives? It's interesting to me from all the way around. But for now, let me know what you thought in the comments. I am Alex McCord, and you are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com.